about us and whatnot and life. But when it came down to it, um, you forgot because you weren't really believing it. And the whole time, um, you know, you said and acted, and I believed you loved me. Um, but it doesn't seem to be 100% accurate, um, is what I see. And like you said that when we got together that you didn't love me because you couldn't love me because you didn't know me. And I understand. That's fucking, yeah, fucking A. How could you love me? You knew me by 2 seconds. We had sex. You got pregnant. And here we are. So you had to learn to love me. I understand. I don't get offended by that. But in all that time, you had 30 years to learn to love me. And you witnessed who I am, but you decided that's not what you believe. So for me, fake it till you make it is what it looks like. So you know what I'm saying? I understand that we met, you got pregnant, and there's no way you could love me. You didn't know me. I understand. Totally. For me, it was something different, though. For me, it was, I had some delusion. Because I said I'd get you pregnant, and I didn't know you. And then you show up in my house, and I get you pregnant. So for me, it was kind of like a God fucking fate. It was fate to me. Because I didn't know you. And I'm just joking, saying, hey, I'd get her pregnant, and you end up in my house, and you get pregnant. So for me, it was God-given fucking goddamn destiny. But for you, it was, you need to convince me, because you didn't know me. Not for me. For me, it was totally different. In my head, it was meant to be. I was convinced already. I swear to God. I totally was convinced. You don't understand. But I was the one delusional. Because how could I? I didn't know you, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't matter. For me, the fact that I said, I'd get that bitch pregnant, and I didn't know you. And then I quit going to school, but you show up in my driveway, and you get pregnant. To me, that was fate. I didn't need convincing. I thought God sent you to my house. I thought. But you didn't know what I thought. You didn't know what I said. You didn't know what I believed. You needed convincing. So you had to learn who I am and whether or not you loved Joe. I understand that. But I also believe that you were forced to. You were forced to. You were forced to have to love me because you got pregnant. And had given a choice back then, maybe you wouldn't have chose that. And I'm just being real. You had a boyfriend and friends, and possibly I wouldn't have been your first pick. I'm not fucking, I mean, come on. You felt like you had to. You got pregnant, you kept Michael, and, in your father's eyes and everybody, you felt obligated to, whatever. Uh, you made your bed, you gotta lie in it. And that meant being with Joe. And now, that's not what I wanted ever. Um, I told you I would be there for my responsibility for the baby that you were going to have.
Is your flip?
Forever. But I would never ever want you or anybody to be with me because they felt like they had to. Fuck that. It's the last thing I want. I was delusional. Fuck. I thought. I didn't think back then whether or not you loved me because I thought it was fate. So it you know what I'm saying? I don't think you understand. I believe so much that it was fate that it didn't even click to me that you didn't, because you didn't know what the fuck I thought. I didn't even conceive it. I thought it was God sent, and you thought it was accident. That's the difference. You thought I some weird fluke one night I got you pregnant, and I thought it was fate, and God sent you to me. And that's the confusion that we have still. But I'm not confused anymore. And for me, that's yep. I believed I do believe in like a soulmate and fate and destiny and all that. And but you didn't you didn't know that. You thought you were convincing me, like to marry you and all that shit. I didn't need convincing. You did, and still now it's proven that you do. Um, you're still not convinced, and it's obvious. And that's what fucking makes me angry. Because it's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Um, I mean, basically, what I'm saying right now is um, more understanding than I've ever understood it. Is what I'm telling you right now. This is all fresh of what I'm thinking, what I just told you about my delusion that you didn't know about. I've told you, like, it's possible for me to cheat and all that because I believed in fate, and but you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible. It wasn't. It wasn't a question of anybody else or anything. It was God sent. You know what I'm saying? So how dare you disrespect me like that? Is what I what is to me. What the fuck are you talking about? So then I look at it and I go, you know what? When I said I'd get her pregnant, that was lust. So God wouldn't send me lust. Satan would. So was it Satan? No offense. Was it Satan that was answering my what I said? You know what I mean? It's possible. I'd get her pregnant. Well, that's a lust. That would be like a sin. Because I'm not talking out of love. I don't know you. I don't love you. So the devil would give me what I want like that. God wouldn't. So then I got to think, well, no offense, but did the devil give me what I asked for? And that would be the reason why it's been such a struggle. You know what I mean? Definitely explains a lot of problems. Because if it was God sent, we wouldn't be having such a hard time making it work. You know what I mean? At least I think. Because if it was God sent, we'd be soulmates and it'd be all good. And I'm just saying. And that's going off whether God and the devil exist and our lives are directed by some other force. And you and I are paying for consequences of whatever. Having sex before marriage and having whatever, you know what I'm saying? You gotta lay in your bed and stuck with me when, you know, I wouldn't have been your first choice. So it's your consequence of doing that. And it's my consequence of lusting, not loving. That's if God and the devil exist and that whole realm is true.